the single issue GAA broke off from that in the winter of 69, 70.
This meeting right now, I mean, this party tonight is Gay Liberation Front DC, which sort of came from, Gay Liberation Front New York. It's sort of, I got the idea in New York, in New Haven, in like May of 70, where there was a Black Panther convention or rally convention.
Well, that was the center of the student.
That was the first Gay Liberation. It was the first Gay Liberation thing. Yeah, so was Jean Genet. There was the first Gay Liberation workshop I'd ever been to. There were a lot of Gay Liberation Front New York people there. And I came away with that idea, and I sort of wrote a letter to
Was the
You're welcome.
No, this is Danny.
That's Danny, yeah.
I see. But Student Mobilization Committee.
How's God?
Oh dear.
January, February 1970.
This is a little later.
Where the first.
Did you do that one?
No, I helped it produce it, but I did not design it or produce it.
That's sold screen, right?
I know, he's
Yeah,
really
Instagram. It was done
Look at you,
professionally.
that hair.
It was like the first ever liberation poster that we did.
Oh,
I
God.
remember that.
This is the party.
Very handsome.
This guy was tall and thin, had black hair, and he used to go with a guy who was a hair cutter here in town, and has since become a very good haircut and has his own salon.
It was a very bad hair cutter back then. Huh?
No, I don't know what he was.
Tommy Gordon.
I never could
Remember Tommy Gordon?
No, they. Tall, thin, hawk nose.
Oh, Bob Morley?
Bob Morley. I think that's Bob Morley. Oh,
back in the days
I
when
don't
any of
remember.
us could be go-go boys?
but who can remember those things?
Hello.
Who was this guy? I remember him with that little semi-shaved beard.
Oh, right.
He was cute.
Wasn't he a friend of Ken Witowski?
Good show, Ken. Here's Ken.
Changed a lot, actually.
I know who that. I don't know his name. I don't remember his name.
Around the corner.
Which
That's Ken.
Oh, yeah, the goddess gave
Here, we all gathered here. It's really neat.
That's very old.
It's neat to see some of these.
And phases, I mean,
I can't believe you have one.
the changes that you have gone through in these years are wonderful.
And now look at me.
That's Tim Corbett. You would have put your glasses on.
I'm kidding.
That's the Tim Corbett memorial.
Do you know what happened
page.
though? This is what's so awful. I was looking at this with Brenda and all I could see was the sweater and I thought, oh, that sweater. I love
tacky
that sweater so
sweater.
much.
Oh, yeah.
But I see what you're saying.
No, it's your eyes. You were not there. You were there, but you were. This,
No, look at
this
this.
is a
This
good
is
picture.
like-
And look at this. I mean, look at the difference. Now I'll have to make some room for another picture of you here because some of it was cut off. Plus this got ripped off. This is. You remember
what
Jack
is that
Purdy?
meeting?
He became. Do you have your Sister Boom Boom? In San Francisco.
Right.
One of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence who ran for office got quite a few thousand votes, didn't win. I'd heard Sister Boom for a year and a half in California. I had no idea who this person was.
remember him.
I met him on the street one day, and it's like, you're so
I actually stayed, if you recall, we
You
were
were always
staying
ashamed of me.
in a place in the village.
What?
It was a friend of yours.
Because I was there that day and I didn't get in that picture.
What are you talking about? I didn't take those pictures.
I'm not talking about shoes.
Well, you looked at me and said I was always ashamed of you. What do you mean?
I was making a joke.
Good. Someone's ready to reach your. I bet I'm not.
Do you recognize anything in there?
All kinds of
Who do you recognize?
How you doing?
Mostly I keep seeing
That's why he
David.
didn't cut his hair.
Yes.
David was my main connection.
Uh-huh.
There are times when I wish I had.
Well, I paid the price for it. It's
Publication.
I was wondering about who this guy is.
I know.
How did he get in there?
He's not one of them.
He's cute.
Now there's Dean, who I think is going to be coming. Great picture, Mike.
Oh, that, oh, I brought that.
Oh, okay.
That's me and Kat.
Yeah.
And this is from my 40th birthday.
These came first.
Well, they're in order from top to bottom.
Oh, okay. And then more recently.
Yes.
Which one was more outrageous?
It was the communist homosexual, and it was great because this was exactly what we were being told was the worst enemy of society. That you were a faggot, homosexual, communist from hell. And I was all of those things, and I was proud of it, so flambe fit.
Now, I just heard from sources that will not be disclosed that somebody named Total Salt was even more flamboyant than you were.
He was older than I was.
Oh, he just had a little head start then.
I learned everything, almost everything I know about grace and intelligence and sophistication from Total Assault.
Oh, yeah, what was his name? Actually, Jim.
Jimmy Dicker. Jimmy, in the context of a meeting where you're all sitting around folding wooden chairs, and you're all trying to be glamorous but politically correct, but also throwing out signals of how you want to be proud of yourself, and why you are attractive, and why other people should want to pursue you, and you know, maybe sleep with you. And I just remember that as being one of the funnest parts of going to the GLF meeting.
Oh, that's why it was such an enormous group with only two to three people talking and everyone else kind of looking around the room.
There was a lot of looking, and there was a lot of wishing, and there was a lot of fantasizing, and I think that's wonderful. I just remember that most. I remember of very spontaneous sexual adventures because of GLF meetings.
Right there in Grace Episcopal Church?
No, we didn't go. And he was out of town, so and so Ted and I got to say, yeah, it's a nice little place. It's a nice place, yeah. Very pleasant. How are you?
I just moved to Seattle and have only two investigations I've started. Graduated to film now, huh?
Yeah.
Good to see you. Oh, this is so wonderful.
Thank you for doing this.
Oh, it's great. Well, give Bruce lots of credit. He's another big closet.
Bridget used to live here. There were like three Latin students. And I learned a Latin teacher saying, well, no matter what you ever learn, if you learn Latin, you'll be able to take any of the other Romance languages. So I've always been very successful with other Spanish and French. I didn't have all the guttural sound.
Well, Arabic is a language that interests me. And if I was looking for coverage on
The nation that done is it really no offense. Left that fat slob, took her two boys, and got her masters. All right.
I was there to provide the education.
Okay.
I'm the education meter.
I mean, and left him, and what she, the thing was, she was very attractive.
Was all free. Computer.
Everything, but the army made her better. Became more of an independent woman, and he didn't like that.
Now don't you come.
Oh, that caused problems.
But you know my kid says you.
No.
Because she could see how well she did. It wasn't easy out.
What do you think about the Nation Hail Brigade?
Refresh me on that. I've heard
They're threatening to out legislators and vote in favor of keeping the ban.
If they do it right, I think it's a good idea. If you do it plenty, they can make up their list first and do plenty of advance warning to House legislators. So there's plenty of time so they don't first vote without being told what's going to happen to them, and then have it happen. Then after that vengeance, it doesn't vote.
Administration there.
Yeah, that's what they said, and they're bringing a lot of pressure.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see how that works itself out.
Listen, everybody!
Attention, please.
Attention, everybody! Can we have everybody's attention, please, for just a minute? That's good.
I like that.
First of all, we want to thank you all for coming and joining us on this great weekend.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
I haven't had you all.
You're wasting time.
Before the light fades, after we're done with this little period, take your pictures. But we also thought that when we were putting this together that we ought to have a quieter time. When I read in the paper the other day, Elias Farragy Jones wrote that those among us who have gone before us become our ancestors. And he was speaking of those of us of our generation and younger. And it seemed to me that it wouldn't be right to be about what we're about today on this occasion if we didn't take time to stop and think about those who are no longer with us for whatever reason. And that there are a lot of people that should be remembered. And believe me, I don't want to make light of anything, but it was so hard to remember those of us that are still here. For some of us, it's very hard to remember everybody that isn't here, but they are owed that. They are due that. They are due that. And so we'd like everybody to help. After a few more moments of silence, with or without that damn dog's cooperation, feel free to mention a name of someone you miss here today. Or feel free to mention a name of someone that isn't here. It doesn't matter if they're still on Earth. It doesn't. But just the fact that somebody who isn't here today that you miss, and give these people their honor that we feel is due them. So, if you'll just join me for about 30 seconds of silence, and then please start mentioning the ones you missed today.
I miss my friend David Aiken and Cade Ware.
Michael Bumblebee.
Oh yes, I remember him well.
Kevin Smith.
Jeffrey Geist.
Billy Bradley.
Rich Huber. Sterling Harper.
Oh, Miss Sterling.
David McCoffey.
Scott Hollingsworth. Winston Stevenson. David Stover. Ron Cole. Ed Cox.
Sweet Basil Razzle Dazzle.
Jim Dugos.
Anson Reinhardt, whose letter is upstairs.
Whose biography is upstairs.
Danny Wright.
Ryan Studer. And it's Stephen Jarrett wanted to be here. I know she
Larry Lee.
There's a lovely letter from Tim Tomasi upstairs. We definitely miss him today.
Terry Lee.
Bobby Johan.
Bobby O'Brien.
Dean Bergstrom.
Joe Colbert. We miss Joe.
This thing.
Yes. Senorita Cosa. Right. Senorita Cosa.
Will Bach wanted to be here too.
You know, say.
I'd like to mention two other people who were at Stonewall, and those of us who went to New York for celebrations know that they riveted us with their presence. Sylvia Rivera and Marsha Johnson, who was found in the East River last minute.
Folks, this has been the greatest charge I've had in a long time.
Time warp. If you'd like to assist us in any way, there's an ice bucket to the right of the front door.